It's Speed Weeks here on McBlam Racing, and we are here in sunny Daytona, Florida to bring you coverage of the 2005 Budweiser Shootout here in the NASCAR Thunder 2003 Let's Play. I'm your commentator and driver of the number 21 Rockwell Automation Chevrolet, Mikey McBlam, and we have been away from this game for 2 long months. And now it's time to shake off the rust with a mad dash for cash with a race consisting of 21 of the fastest drivers of seasons past. So, now let's take some time out to pause and reflect with the national anthem as we get ready to fire the engines and get the season started off with the roar of all the fans and 21 different cars.
Start your engines.
The engines have fired here at Daytona International Speedway as we make our way off pit road. The rules are simple. The shootout field consists of all the polled winners from the previous NASCAR season, and each driver must make a 2-tire pit stop under green flag conditions in order to not be disqualified. But first, let's turn it over to MRN for the starting lineup.
Here's the starting lineup. Starting out front are the Mark Martin Ford and the 8 car. Starting in row 2 will be the Lowe Chevrolet and the UPS Ford. In row 3 are the Dodge dealers UAW Dodge and the Hamlin Ford. In row 4 are the DeWalt Power Tools Ford and the 29 car. Rounding out the top 10 starting spots are the Interstate Batteries Pontiac and the 40 car. The 6th row has the Kodak Chevrolet and the Altel Ford. In row 7 are the DuPont Chevrolet and the Rubbermaid Ford. Starting the race from row 8 are the 46 car and the Team Rusty Ford. And in row 9 are the Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet and the Sprint Dodge. Starting in row 10 will be the Home Depot Pontiac and the Citgo Ford. And finally, starting from the rear of the field will be the 21 car.
And there you have it. The field has been set for the running of the Budweiser Shootout. Let's go ahead and get this race underway as Mark Martin and Dale Earnhardt Jr. will lead them down to the line. Green flags in the air. Gonna have to make our way starting from the back of the pack all the way to the front as we're already making it 3 wide, going down into turn 1. Big run into turn 1. Oh! And Jeff Purvis comes down in front of us, and we have a little bit of contact there. Purvis is going to fall back. That's going to hurt our momentum. That front pack is going to break away ever so slightly as we're getting just a little bit loose off of turn 2. Alongside Kurt Busch racing for the 15th spot. Trying not to let those leaders get too far away from us. We go down into turns 3 and 4, trying to complete the first lap here in the Budweiser Shootout at Daytona. Michael Waltrip all over our back bumper. Got to watch out for those DEI engines. They are still strong in this year. We're starting to gap them a little bit as we broke the draft on them. Trying to get the draft off the guys in front of us. We don't want them to get too far ahead. We don't want to lose their draft because that will hurt us. Especially here on a track like this. Got a little bit of a push from Michael Waltrip. He pushed up high as we're getting behind Ryan Newman. We're going to kind of blow past him. Him and Jeff Purvis in the 4 with such horsepower. We're going to have to slow it down going down into the turn though, just so we don't run into the back of Jeff Gordon. And this car is really, really loose. Amelia is a loose one this time around as we get to the inside of Jeff Gordon, get down on the apron just a little bit. Can't do that too much. We don't want to spin the car out. Oh boy, we got get to the inside of Matt Kenseth trying to make it 4 wide. We think better of it, just try to back out. We tried to stick our nose in there. We don't have many laps to go. Ooh, contact with Jeff Gordon. We don't have many laps to get up to the front. And we don't need these guys holding us up. So now we've got to run to the inside of Matt Kenseth. Now running to the inside of Bill Elliott. Got to make it 3 wide inside of Jimmy Johnson, where we have to slow up for Sterling Marlin. So we back off just a little bit. Moving our way to the inside of our teammate. And with a big run off turn 4 that time, that gets us to the inside of Sterling Marlin. And we're moved up into the top 5. Now this race is very notorious for not having people pit under the green flag, and that for that reason there will be some people disqualified. We have yet to win one of these races in the Budweiser Shootout because they're always the most difficult and always the most challenging at Daytona, simply because there's just the whole pit stop scenario, and you just never know who's going to do what. It looks like Dale Earnhardt Jr. and some other guys are going to be coming down pit road this time by. Looks like Ricky Rudd as well. So we're going to try to go to the high side to avoid these guys. There goes Dale Jr. and Ricky Rudd coming down pit road. That leaves Dale Jarrett, Mark Martin, and myself in the top 3. Right there with the leaders, going to try to see if we can get a run on them. Can't get there before we get to the corner. We're going to have to slow down just a little bit to make sure that we don't get into the back of Mark Martin. As we're looking inside, looking outside. Probably don't want to push it too much. Everyone's making 2-tire pit stops. That's the requirement. Ooh, Mark is, definitely coming down pit road. And, got on the apron a little bit. Contact with Mark Martin. It's all right. We saved it. We gathered it back up. Saved it against Mark Martin. We're going to be coming down pit road this time by. Coming down with Dale Jarrett. Looks like Mark Martin is also coming down as well. We got to slow it down. Get it really slow. Get it really slow. Come on. And we make it under the speed limit. No left side tires. We're going to take only a half can of fuel because we don't have to fill it up. We've got enough fuel to make it to the end. Mark Martin's only taking 2 tires. I would assume Dale Jarrett is also doing so as well. Here we go with the fuel and the tires on the right side. Fuel is done. Tires are done. And we should be leaving. We should be leaving. And we did not leave. For some reason, we were held on pit road. For Dale Jarrett, I kind of understand, but Mark Martin was way high. We could have raced him off pit road, but it kept us there, and that is going to hurt us in terms of time. Here comes Dale Earnhardt Jr., so we've lost time to him as well. So we're going to fall back to 6th place. And we're just not up to speed yet. These guys are going to get by us. White flag is out, but not really, because those guys probably have not pit yet. And we got a smoker up ahead that looked like Dale Earnhardt Jr. And it was. Dale Earnhardt Jr. has blown his engine, and that's very unfortunate because he had a really strong car and probably could have caught up to the leaders. But the Pied Piper of Pied Piper of Daytona is officially out of this race. Coming down for 1 to go this time by. Don't know if we can catch up to these guys ahead of us. We may be relegated to wherever it places us. I don't know how many cars did not come down pit road. I know the leader is definitely one of them, but I don't know who else did not come down for a pit stop. So we'll just have to see how this plays out. Checkered flag, but that is not true for this person. The leader is most likely going to be Dale Jarrett, as we are catching up to these guys, but we just don't have enough laps to get there. As we're coming down through turns 3 and 4 for the final time in the Budweiser Shootout. Starting to catch these guys, but like I said, we just don't have enough laps. And we're going to see where we shake out. And we did finish top 10. And it looks like we have finished 6th. Dale Jarrett is the race winner. Mark Martin comes in 2nd.
Not many drivers led a lap in this race.
Well, to be honest, Joe, I'm a little surprised that we didn't have more leaders. Just goes to show that with the right setup and the right strategy, you really can dominate a NASCAR Winston Cup race.
The 21 car really did a fantastic job keeping his car away from trouble all race long.
Well, it's going to be a happy crew when they get back to the shop. They can immediately go to work on next week's car without having to worry about fixing anything from this race, and that makes for a much less stressful atmosphere.
We're out of time here at MRN. We hope you enjoyed today's race, and we'll see you next time.
Alright guys, so here are the race results for the Budweiser Shootout here at Daytona International Speedway. Dale Jarrett is the race winner, followed by Mark Martin. Sterling Marlin comes in third. Kevin Harvick, our Richard Childress teammate, comes in fourth. Fifth is Ricky Rudd. Sixth is myself. Jimmy Johnson in 7th, Bill Elliott in 8th, 9th is Jeff Gordon, 10th is Matt Kenseth, 11th is Jeff Purvis, 12th is Michael Waltrip, 13th is Jeff Burton, 14th is Kurt Busch, 15th is Rusty Wallace, 16th is Tony Stewart, 17th is Scott Wimmer, 18th Kyle Petty, 19th Dale Earnhardt Jr., who fell out of the race with a blown engine on lap 6. Bobby Labonte is in 20th, and rounding out the field is Ryan Newman in the number 12, I believe, and winner's purse of $201,000, time of race 6 minutes and 22 seconds. Average speed 165 miles per hour, and a margin of victory 1.41 seconds. So Dale Jarrett pulled away by a quite sizable amount, even though Mark Martin came in was right on his heels when he came in. So yeah guys, the Budweiser Shootout's always been a tough race to beat in this game. It just depends on where you qualify. We qualified in the back. Unfortunately, we got held up quite a few times. But the biggest thing that killed us was the pit stop. The pit stop itself was fast. The pit crew was, did their job and everything, and we should have come out right behind Dale Jarrett, but for whatever reason, we were held on pit road for a few seconds. We didn't speed coming in, so I don't know what the deal with that was, but we could have been at least up there in the top 5. But yeah, unfortunate for Dale Earnhardt Jr., who had a car that probably could have caught them, but I guess he just pushed it just a little bit too hard. But anyway, guys, we're getting ready for the Daytona 500. There's going to be a special video that's going to go through the career setup and, crew setup and everything like that. Show you guys what's going on a little bit behind the scenes, and we'll do a little bit of qualifying to set the field for the Gatorade duels, and we'll find out which Gatorade duel we'll be in. So, guys, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. It's cool, and it's kind of weird to be back because you can definitely see I am definitely out of practice, having not played this game for a couple of months. But yeah, we're going to slowly but surely get back into the groove of things, and I'm hoping for a really good showing this season. We've got a really strong car at Daytona, which is not really all that much a surprise. We'll just have to see how we do at the other tracks. But again, guys, I really thank you for tuning in to McBlam Racing on McBlam Entertainment, where we try to bring a little bit of enjoyment to your day every day. I appreciate you guys watching as always, and we will see you in the next one.